What's up, family? So I am doing this quick video about something that's been on my mind in my meditation and something that I've been thinking about and kind of studying for a while, and it has to do with purpose and also money. So I want to start with a quote, and the quote says, most people live their life in quiet desperation. Most people live their life in quiet desperation. But what that means for me anyway is that most people live their lives wanting to basically escape themselves, escape their life, escape their circumstances, escape the experience that they're having. And I believe because of that, people in our human race experience a lot of depression, anxiety, stress, and that all comes from also not working in your purpose. So what does that even mean? Because people throw that around all the time. What does it mean to work in your purpose? Because a lot of times when people say that, it's so intimidating. Like, a purpose, does that mean that I have to be a doctor? Does that mean I'm supposed to be some kind of rocket scientist? And I don't believe that at all. So working in your purpose is just whatever you're gifted at being, whatever makes you happy, makes your heart sing, allows you to contribute to the human race in a positive way. So that could be making jewelry, that could be making furniture, that could be teaching, that could be singing. That is your purpose. And when you're not working in your purpose or working toward your purpose, it can bring a lot of unwanted problems. And I think that's why we're so sick as definitely an American culture right now. There's a lot of stress, suicide, other illnesses, not just mental illnesses, but also physical illnesses, because we know that when we don't take care of ourselves emotionally and mentally, those things can show up in physical ailments, such as cancer, such as pains in the body and arthritis. So not working in your purpose can bring on those things. The other thing I want to talk about is the fact that a reason why I think a lot of us are not working in our purpose is due to monetary reasons, right? And I said at the beginning, I've been doing some research, and one thing that I've been researching for a while now is our system of money, how we think of money, who controls the money. And so if you do, I would even say 15 minutes of quality research, you will quickly find that our monetary system is nothing of what most people believe it is. So our money is controlled by just a handful, a few elite families. And we're talking about your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, your Morgans here. And they decide how much money they put in circulation, who has the money, when to scale it back, and when to put more into circulation. So think about it. Our dollar, if you've taken a history class just in the last 30 years or so, I'm starting to sweat. Our dollar is not backed by the gold standard. It is essentially worth nothing beside the value that these few people in control put on it. It is not essentially worth anything. It is just paper that they put in circulation and gave a value. But just like they give a value, they can take away that value whenever they see fit, and they've done that before. So before, when our dollar was backed by gold is considered the, I think, third most precious mineral that you can find in our planet. So that's why it was considered to be valuable. But our money is no longer backed by that gold standard. Our country, along with plenty of other countries, have relinquished that control to these selected elite families. And now they not only control how much our money is worth, but who gets the money, who keeps the money. And I want you to think about this too. Now, our money is not even being exchanging hands. We're talking about, I'm gonna put this window down. We're talking about the fact that when you go into the bank to get a loan, let's say you go in to get a $50,000 loan, they don't actually hand you $50,000. That, as a matter of fact, they don't even have enough money at the bank to be giving out $50,000 loans to people. There's no money that actually exchanges. They don't hand you $50,000. They don't send in a carrier with $50,000 to whoever you're going to pay with it. They simply put numbers on a computer. They add $50,000 to your account, but there's no real money being exchanged throughout this process, okay? So you get your so-called loan for $50,000, and now you have to work to pay that back. Not only are you working to pay money that was never exchanged back, but now you're also paying interest on it. So this is how they keep us in this rat race of needing more money to satisfy our wants and needs and what society tells us that we should have, and essentially working for something that is worthless, has no value. If you want to look at an example where this happens, look at Greece, where their monetary system actually collapsed. That means that not only were the numbers deleted off of that computer that were so-called in their account, but even the money that they had stuffed under a mattress was essentially worthless. It became just paper. And that's how fast that could happen. And I believe our country has come close to that several times, but they saved it and put more money, more worthless money into circulation so that we could continue to borrow against something that is essentially worthless. So if money is worthless, then the only thing that is real is us and our purpose and the actual labor that we put into it. Therefore, if you're not living and working toward your purpose, you are essentially a slave. You are a slave because you're giving over your purpose, the thing that makes you happy, the thing that makes you divine, your value, your contribution to society, for something that is meaningless, something that can be taken from you. And yes, we do use money to barter with, but I want you to think about this too. At any time, that money can be not only deleted off of the computer, but even the things that you buy. Let's say you purchase land for $100,000. You don't actually own that land, because guess what? The feds, the entity that's not even the American government, still make you pay taxes on that land. And if you don't pay the taxes, it doesn't matter that you purchased this land for $100,000. It doesn't matter that you purchased the land for $100,000. They can compensate that land from you and now own it for pennies on the dollar. Not only did they have your $100,000, but they had all the taxes that you previously paid on something that you owned, and they also have your land. And that's the way this system of slavery works. You are continue to labor day in and day out for something that is not even real. The only way that you can break this system of slavery is by working in your purpose and doing the things that you were placed on this earth to do, the thing that makes your heart sing, the thing that brings you joy. Because that is the only thing that's real, is you and that thing. If you're not doing that, then you will continually be on that hamster wheel, going round and round and round. Let me work more. Let me try to get more money, right? And then as I get more money, then I can buy more, or I can borrow more, and then I can pay more back. But then I need more money. So now I'm back on the hamster wheel, but I got to get more because I have to live up to the standard that society tells me I need to do to be successful. So I'm back on the wheel, right? And that is how they, in essence, enslave humanity. And the only way that you can really break that is to work in your gifting. And you have to almost take money out of the equation. And that sounds basically crazy for so many of us. Even like coming out of my mouth is like, what do you mean take money out of the equation? And this is what I mean. Instead of being a paper chaser, you have to become a purpose chaser. Because if you are continually chasing paper, you're continually to give your efforts into something that can be taken away from you, something that will never really belong to you, something that really has no value, because you're chasing paper. If you're a purpose chaser, then you're continually to bring yourself joy. You're continuing to enlighten yourself. You're helping the world. You're helping your fellow man by bringing your gift. And because of that, you're vibing high. Your energy is high. And the money will be attracted to you. See, we don't actually want to be paper chasers. We want to be paper magnets. We want to be paper magnets. We want to attract paper. And whenever somebody is living in their purpose and their gifting and they're vibing high, the money will come. The money will show up. So does that mean that I should like quit my 9-to-5 like right now and then just start making necklaces? Negative. But that does mean that you should be polishing your skills, you should be honing your craft, you should be setting aside time to work in your purpose so that one day you could possibly go ahead and clock out for good and just work in your purpose, work in your gifting. Let that become an actual possibility. Don't slave 9-to-5 in this system, in a job that you don't fucking like, with people you don't like, doing shit you don't like to do, and not dedicate time for your own gifting and purpose and time to develop that thing and hone that thing. That is the only way to really get out of this system, because these few people are in essence enslaving humanity. And the only thing that you actually control, the only thing that's real is you, your purpose, and your mind. And they even try to program your mind. So I really hope that this video got you thinking about living and working in your purpose and the way that our system is set up in this world monetarily, and also not being a slave to it, essentially. As always, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram as Elle Divine, and